Welcome back to the Valentine Show, guys. I'm your host, Valentine, expecting you guys are having a wonderful and blessed day. Obviously, I hope that that's what you're having. I know the situation in the worldwide right now is chaotic worldwide, and we need to, because we really have no other choice, we need to make the best of it. We're in a situation right now where literally man doesn't have the situation, the answer to your problem. The government doesn't have it. Trump doesn't have it. Nobody has a answer to your problem, and it's forcing us, whether you see that or you don't, to trust in God. But I'm not preaching right now. Let's get to this package, or let's talk about the package, the aid package that was signed by the president of the United States, $2 trillion in stimulus, and this might not even be stimulus, because there's probably another package in the works. And I'll explain to you why there's probably another package in the works. And we're going to talk about also great news coming out of France. France, there was a studied, a small study, but with medicines that cure the COVID-19, which is the disease caused by the coronavirus, 100%. Let's talk about the aid package. $2 trillion was signed by Trump. How much am I going to get? Let's talk about that, right? Okay, so it starts like this. Single people that are single applying who earn less than, these are the people that are going to qualify. Single people earning $75,000 or less, they're going to get the full credit. And couples earning $150,000 or less will get the full credit. And I'm going to tell you why I call it the full credit, right? Point number one, $1,200 per person. That's the credit. $1,200 per single person applying, and $2,400 per couple. Families will receive, for eligible children, $500 of credit. That means that for the typical family of two parents, two children, we're talking about $3,400. Single filers, single people that file for and that's another thing. It's going to be based on your 2019 taxes, right? For the people single people that earn more than $99,000, they will get big goose egg, zero. They will not get any money at all. Why? Because you want to give the money to the people who really need it, not the people who are making more than what they need to survive. So what this is essentially saying, so to get the credit, you need to earn less than $75,000. After $75,000, all the way to $99,000, it starts getting, you're going to get a progressive credit, meaning after the $75,000 threshold, the credit is going to go down. It's going to go down. It's going to be 1,000, 900, 800, 500, all the way to getting up to 99,000, and 99,000 you will get zero. Same thing for couples. Couples making $100 after $198,000, they will not get any more. So again, starting at $150,000, that way you get the full credit of $2,400, all the way to $198,000. Once you cross, once you start moving up, 151, 152,000, 153, 160, 70, that $2,400, it starts get progressively less all the way until it reaches zero. People who are filing as head of household, typical single parents, they could earn, to get the full credit, a total of $112,500. Once they reach a maximum income of $136,500, they would not get anything. Again, from $112,500 to what is this, $136,500. That $1,200 credit that they're going to receive is going to start getting progressively less all the way until it reaches to $136,500. They will not receive anything. This is, again, based on the 2019 tax return. Now, why do I say that this is probably going to be just a beginning stimulus package? Why? Because this is just maintaining us. For example, right now, I'm not working at all. I'm receiving no income at all. So when I get that money, that amount that I'm going to get, what do you think I'm going to do with that? I'm going to have to pay the bills that are current. Like, for example, the building that I live, they are not stopping the rent. They are still charging the rent. They're actually telling us, hey, we understand that there might be problems with the mail, but you can still send it to us via email. Via electronically. You can still pay online, right? So they're not stopping. So what I'm going to do with that quote unquote stimulus, it's not going to stimulate anything. It's just going to be to pay the current bills that I have. they're talking about, I've heard that there might be a real stimulus, meaning another package that's going to pass to actually stimulate the economy. That way I could take that money and I could buy and stimulate and go to my grocery store and go to my restaurant and stimulate the economy. That way the economy keeps going. This is very important. And I know that some people don't understand why they're even talking about economic numbers now when we have something more worrisome, which is the virus. Listen, if we're not working, we're not eating. And if there's a crash, a massive crash in the economy, there are going to be dead people because of the fact that there's people not working. A lot of businesses are going down the drain. There's going to be dead people due to who knows what, suicide. Also, maybe, and obviously I'm talking in extreme here. Like, for example, if you take into account like the Great Depression, there was a lot of hunger out there, right? So you need to take into account the economic impact along with the biological impacts of the virus. Very important, these two things. Now let's talk about something good. Great news, right? In France, let me get this. A French infectious disease expert by the name of Didier Raoult, Raoult, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right, did a study where they cure COVID-19, which is the disease caused by the new coronavirus, cure rate of 100% using the drugs that some people are complaining and talking about. Trump, why is he talking about these drugs called hydrochloroquine and chloroquine, the regular one, like another one, another version of the drug. Or it might be a different version, but it has similar names, with an antibiotic called wow, these science names are crazy. Azithromycin, right? Azithromycin, right? That combination of drugs gave 100% cure rate for COVID-19. Now, some people are complaining that the sample size was too slow, too little bit, but they're using these drugs already currently in New York State. With obviously New York State is one of the main hotspots, or the main hotspot in the United States. So they're already using them, which is great. Now we're gonna see if this thing really works and it really cures people. The good thing about these drugs is that these drugs are out. These are not brand new drugs. They treat them for something else, but these drugs are out, and the FDA, they're working very hard to or allowing people to take these drugs in a more accelerated fashion than before. Why? Because we're in an emergency. We really don't have time for bureaucracy. In France also, the use of the hydrochloroquine with a antiviral drug called, same name, just two different names. Same drug, just two different names. Lopinavir and ritonavir or lopinavir, which is an VIH, I'm saying it in Spanish, which is an AIDS antiviral drug, which is obviously already on the market. That is approved and is being used in France right now. Great news, man. Great news. I really do hope that these drugs that we are using work. But let me tell you what works 100%. Not going out and not being in contact with other human beings. That's what works. So please, like, for no reason, if you don't need to go out your apartment, don't go out your apartment. Like, literally. Like, if you don't need to go out and go have fresh air, open up the window, but don't go out. Sacrifice yourself. I heard somebody in some post saying, for the World War II, they were asking people to sign up to the draft and to get in, to go fight and to probably never come back. All they're asking you to do is not go out your apartment. I really hope that it's not as severe as they're projecting it. They are projecting it like 200,000, 100,000 deaths in the United States alone. I really hope that's not the case. But we have to all put our part in. We got to just stop doing some of these stupidities that some of these people are here out doing. Let me know in the comments down below. Well, how are you treating? How are you dealing with the quarantining and the social distancing, and how's it going where you're at? I know there's some states that are different than others. There's some parts of the world that are different than others. Coronavirus hasn't reached every single country in the world. But after this, there's going to be a lot of changes because people are going to want to try to prepare for whenever this happens next time. Guys, thank you so much for being with me. Like always, share the content. Give me a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are dealing with this situation. Remember, God has everything in control.